This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Let's talk a little bit about the next match because it's in Greensboro. And again, this is June 8th, 1995. This is the home of StarCast. Easy for me to say, Starcade. The main event, though, is going to be Flair versus Landell. So they're trying something different, the Battle of the Nature Boys. But you're trying something different here, too. You've got a match with Pat Tanaka. Pat Tanaka is a guy that we don't talk about very much these days, but almost everyone who worked with him talks about him in such glowing terms. What do you remember of your matches with Pat?
Yeah, Pat was very talented. Pat was what we called in those days a star maker. He wasn't positioned, on the top of the card, but whoever Pat went to the ring with was better for it after it was over. He knew how to make a match. He knew how to make a guy a star that he was working with, and he knew how to take care of himself. And he, could take some incredible bumps out there. He could really shine a guy up. And when it was time to get his offense, he had some things that were very credible. So I don't think anybody that ever wrestled with Pat Tanaka came out of the ring going, well, that was the shits. That was never the case. The guy was very talented.
Why don't you think he gets more recognition these days? Was he just too far ahead of his time?
No, I think it was as always, people remember you for the feud you're in and the rub that you get by being in angles with specific guys, and just those matches that are either so violent or so technically incredible or so bloody or it just happened to be that the angle surrounding it was just so strong. I just don't think Pat was ever a guy that was involved in those upper echelon matches that make you remember.
This show in Greensboro is notable for a lot of reasons, not just your match with Pat Tanaka or Flair's match with Landell, but there's an interesting match that happens here. It's Dusty Rhodes teaming with Magnum TA to take on Tully Blanchard and Abdullah the Butcher. And prior to the match, Baby Doll, who at this point is with Tully Blanchard, is going to confront Dusty Rhodes. Dusty's going to grab and rip her dress, so she has to go backstage. But ultimately, when she comes back out, ta-da, she throws a fireball at Dusty's face. This turns into a major angle. All the baby faces come out, help him backstage, and they even show him getting into a pickup truck and being driven to the hospital. What do you remember about this fireball that Baby Doll threw at Dusty?
Well, that's about as dangerous a woman as you will find. Most of them will have you arrested, divorce you, hit you in the back of the head with a frying pan. Fireball, pretty extreme. Baby Doll was never a victim. That's for sure. She would get in there, and she was a big, strong lady. And she didn't mind mixing it up with the guys. So you never felt like Baby Doll was a victim. And just like this situation, ripping someone's, dress in today's world would be assault and battery. In those days, she probably had done more than a mountain of nasty things to deserve some kind of rebuttal. Throwing a fireball, I guess, is up there with them.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.